Come with me to buy a Viper from my GT500.
Whoa, that is not how you do YouTube. There we go, a lot better. Something like this needs a proper introduction. Something that I want to bring back here in 2025. Something that I miss, honestly, is making these long form YouTube videos. I've done shorts for quite some time and I love it throughout the full entire year. Shout out to everybody who has been following my short form content, but I think we need to make a comeback to this long form because as you guys know, I'm sitting in my dream car and I feel like this needs longer than just a 1-minute video. So starting today, I'm going to try my best to come back to these long form videos and I need your support. So if you want to see more of these videos, please give it a like, give it a subscribe, because we are going to make the coolest content that I can provide here to you, long form and short form. So without further ado, let's go ahead and show you where long form content actually brought me to. Back to the good old roots, like my GT500. Man, I miss that car. But let's go ahead and show you the garage and then get into the story of how I got this dream car. Let's get to it. And you know what I just realized? My last YouTube video was 7 months ago. We cannot let this happen. Let's make this a consistent thing at least once a week and then hopefully we can wrap up the content. As a lot of you guys know, I moved up to Huntington Beach from San Diego ever since I got the GT500 and I brought into the channel my 1969 Camaro with a big block, and man, this has been such a fun project. I do need to finish it because we did a 496 big block with a blower on top. Just needs to finish tuning and a small little issue that I will get to. And then of course my coyote swap 1968 Ford Mustang. I love this thing, drive it every single weekend. Gonna take it to the beach actually tomorrow because it's just a cruiser. And then of course my ZL6 Corvette with nitrous that has been done for quite some time. So let's go ahead and show you what I'm gonna buy. Check it out. This is what we're getting. Now, this was the only black Gen 4 Viper in California that I could find. It's at Executive Auto Sales in Fresno, about like 5 hours away. And looking at the pictures, this car looks very, very clean. As you guys could see, no body damage. And for a car that's what, 17 years old, this car is in great shape. I love black American muscle sports cars, and this just gets my eye right away. For the most part, it seems stock. This is the engine bay. Doesn't seem too much is done to it. However, when I was looking through the photos, I did notice one thing in particular, which is going to be these little canisters in the rear trunk, which looks like it's going to be for suspension. So there might be some modifications, but according to the description, it's pretty much stock. It is for $74,414. I'm going to try knocking off a couple $1,000s off that price because it has been up for sale for about 2 months. And usually if a car's up for sale for that long, there is some wiggle room for negotiation. But yeah, basically this just all says it's stock, nothing special here. If you guys see something pointed out in the comments, this is going to be the car that we're going to be picking up here very shortly. Leela is the name of this car. This is one of the things that really sold me on this car is a new clutch at a local Dodge dealership. So we have an OEM clutch on this car, so that's one of the things I was really scared about, but since we have a brand new clutch, I think we got it in the bag. And 74,000 is not too bad, a little bit high for 44,000 miles I believe this car has, but yeah, it is not bad. I would like this get at a perfect 7.0, but if I could get it in 7.2, I think we have a win. The car is up in Fresno. It's too short of a distance to take a flight, but it's also a pretty long distance if you drive about 4 or 5 hours or so. So what I'm gonna do is take a bus up there and then just drive it back home. Bus tickets are like 60 bucks, which is not too bad. It is a 6-hour bus drive, but after the drive we should be good to go to just drive that thing about 4 hours down. It should only take me from Fresno to Orange County, but that's the plan. Instead of just taking a flight or a second car, I'm just going to take a bus and drive back. I think that's the smartest decision. So let's go to the Greyhound bus tomorrow morning. We got a ride and I'll take you on with the journey. Time to head up to Fresno. 6.5 hour drive. Gonna be taking the bus back there. It's gonna be a long drive, but no other way to get it. Flights were too expensive, so let's go all the way up to Fresno. Go ahead and pick up the Dodge Viper.
One eternity later.
So it would be raining when I'm trying to pick up a car that's actively trying to kill me. I was not paying attention to the weather. I'm kind of terrified, not gonna lie, picking up this car knowing that the weather is not the best. Hopefully the tires are good and hopefully it doesn't kill me. I do have my shot of espresso here, waiting for the Uber to pick me up. Go ahead and pick out my dream car. I cannot wait. Very excited. I'm also very nervous. First time purchasing from a dealer too. I've only done private sale until today. So I don't know what to expect when it comes to a dealer. We pretty much have done all of the dirty work, done a lot of the negotiation already. I want to get at least another $1,000 off. We'll see. And And but yeah, it's gonna be the first time ever purchasing from a dealer, so let's get it. So this was my first time negotiating with the dealer, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best at it. I told Alfred at Executive Auto Sales that I want to pay a $72,000 price, and he said deal at $72,500. Let me know in the comments how my negotiation skills were. Did I get a good price? That's all I really needed to show up at the dealership, and when I tell you I was starstruck, I really mean it. I couldn't believe my eyes. In front of me was my dream car I've always wanted as a kid. Right here, right in front of me. Alfred gave me the keys and told me to start it up, and you wouldn't believe what I heard. Okay, I learned that these Vipers, you have to hold down the push button to start, but I got it eventually. And that does not sound stock. Vipers are known to be super quiet from the factory, and I can tell you right away that this had a rumble to it. I can't wait to see what was done to the exhaust. They said it was stock. I did a look around of the car and everything seemed perfect for a 17-year-old car. I was surprised at how good of a shape it was in. Engine bay looked super clean as well, and the interior was pretty but bland, but hey, that's how every 2000s car is. Everything seemed to be in perfect shape. I had to take it on a test drive to see how it drove and how the clutch was. I didn't record that because the dealer was with me, but come with me to do the paperwork. I have to show you something pretty cool. Just got back from the test drive, looking through the notes from the previous buyer. I think it has Corsa exhaust on it. I don't know what other modifications it has, but I think we might have lucked out, boys. This thing's got Corsa. It sounds really good too in real life. Gonna have to dive more into this. I can't really look at the exhaust until I turn off the fender, but he also, previous owner, also sent a letter for the new owner, so I'll have to read that. This is the original window sticker. 13 miles per gallon is crazy, but just looks to be all the base stuff, nothing too crazy. Previous owner also dynoed the car. 562 rear horsepower. That's actually pretty insane. I think I found some more goodies. Big old bill of $11,732. Does look like we have some upgraded suspension here. Motion Club Sport shocks. And then whatever this is, OAVH SPK. Just looks to be a whole bunch of just suspension upgrades. It looks to be like. Everything went pretty smoothly until it came to insurance. I couldn't believe how much of a headache that was. I'll get more into detail in the next video, but just know because I live in California and this car is considered an exotic, it caused so much issues I couldn't believe it. Other than that, they had this pretty cool #1 SVJ in stock. I've never seen like an actual #1, so it's pretty cool to see this in real life. Dream come true for sure, but I kind of like my Batmobile better. And before you know it, I was behind the wheel of my dream car, a Gen 4 Viper. I still cannot believe I'm in a Viper right now. This has been a dream come true, honestly. Let me search you guys right there. This is what dreams is all about. We're gonna go on our first drive. I literally just got done with Executive Auto Center. Great experience, great guys there. Alfred and Jesus basically walked me through the full entire process of buying this car. They filled me up. We're gonna do our first drive and then we're gonna head back 6 hours down to Southern California. I'm super excited to do it. Let's go ahead and start it up. We're gonna do a full review on this car to come, so make sure you subscribe and like. But this is gonna be my first raw reaction of a V10 American supercar, and I'm super excited to even be behind this wheel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get a first start up here. I did learn you have to hold down the button to start it up. She starts up right away. Gosh, that sounds so good. Buttons to go ahead and roll down the windows around the center, which is pretty cool. I've never had that before. I really want to get into it and see how well this car drives. I need to learn how to drive this car. I'm also very terrified of this car, I'm not gonna lie. I heard a lot of stories about Dodge Viper, but buying that car and seeing the build list that the previous owner had has me believe that the suspension is probably gonna be more safe and reliable than it was stock. He did spend $11,000 on suspension, which is absolutely insane. I want to dive deep. I want to lift the car up in there and actually check it out and do research on what he actually has equipped. I'm still terrified of this car. It does have little burbles, tiny little burbles too, which is pretty cool. This is definitely a man's car. No traction control, no ABS, TR6060, 6-speed transmission, V10. You can't get any better than this. It does feel super raw.
It's not as raw as I thought it was gonna be. I do feel some type of confidence driving this car a little bit. I do need to actually get into pushing it, which I'm not gonna push it now because I need to learn the car and I don't wanna be that guy. But this is definitely a guy's car, man. Every muscle car guy's dream. Gosh, that V10 sounds so good. Right off the rip, it's fun to drive, it's easy to drive, surprisingly really easy to get going and to switch gears. Second to third is kind of a hard shift, but besides that, everything else drives not like a 2008 car would drive. I'm quite surprised at how well this is going so far. We got a lot of surprise mods here. I thought this car was completely stock. This has a lot of modifications that I'm just learning about. This is definitely a short throw shifter. You're in the same gear for so long. I think these are 301 gears, so you're just in, you don't have to change gears in this car that often. That's pretty cool. Which is another reason why it's a 200 mile per hour car. This thing is unbelievable. We're in a Viper, boys. I still can't believe, look at my hair. My hair is already crazy, but we're in a Viper, boys. Going from a Cobra to a Viper, man. I know I did sell the Cobra, but man, this is gonna be worth it. I've missed it. I really want to get into this platform. I got so much exciting plans and news for it. I cannot just wait to dive into it, but we'll take it baby steps. It's gonna be an awesome journey.
One eternity later.
5-hour drive when we're finally back. This thing did it like a champ. Drives flawlessly, does not even drive like a car from 2008. And man, underneath the gas station lighting, it just looks so good. I can't tell you how it is, but just in life, this car is completely different than what I've ever expected in videos or pictures or whatever you guys see. But the black on silver is my ultimate favorite. And this thing just sits so good. I love the rear end on this one. One of my most favorite rear ends out of all the Gen Vipers. We are doing our first fill up. How much does it cost to fill up a V10 engine? Only $54 here at $5 a gallon here in California. I think it's a 12-gallon tank, so we only filled up about 10.8, but that's all it needed. And I love this gas cap with the silver and the black. But yeah, it did really good. I love the vents, so you could just see the heat rise up as well. But overall, this car, I am in love already, and it hasn't even been a full day. I'm gonna go ahead and drive this 2 more hours down to San Diego and then give my full review, give you guys some more details, some more information. It's also a lot smaller. This is definitely smaller than the Z06 Corvette, and it's a lot lower, but I love the way it looks, man. All right, that's about it for right now. Orange County down to San Diego. Let's go. We made it back safely in San Diego, and am I speechless. I'm gonna need to recover after this weekend. It was wild and exhausting, but totally worth it. From the full drive up to Fresno, from the full car buying process, insurance, and then driving down. It was a lot, but I'm glad I was able to even get this all the way down. Raw. Absolutely wild and raw. That's really the only 2 words I could describe this thing. Driving through California highways, just at cruising speeds, I can already tell this car wants to kill me. The aerodynamics, the handling, the way it just pulls in every single corner is kind of like no other. It is very, very similar to my Corvette without all the electronics. So this is definitely the ultimate driving car. We finally got the dream come true here. The Gen 4 Dodge Viper, my favorite Viper, the Viper I grew up with. I also want to know what you guys want to see, so comment down below your thoughts, your opinions on this Viper, what you want to see, and I will try my best to make it come to life. But this was not possible without your guys' help. So again, thank you so much. I will not disappoint with the content we're about to bring with this Viper, because it's going to be absolutely wild. Thank you guys once again. I will see you on the next one.